Welcome back to our channel, Hoteliers Kenya, where we are featuring hoteliers who have made remarkable difference and good contribution to our industry in their own ways. And today we have Mr. Aggrey Baraza, who is a renowned manager and known professional in the business of hospitality in the region. And we just go straight to our interview. And maybe Mr. Baraza, welcome to our channel.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Maybe Mr. Baraza, you can just start by sharing your story from your school days and how you ended up in the business of hospitality. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Peter. I was actually brought up entirely in Mombasa, but strangely, the hotel industry was not among my selected careers. I ended up in the industry by chance. When I was, after clearing university, I went to do some work at the then Intercontinental Hotel in Mombasa. It was actually just casual jobs, and I was doing them to get money as I waited for the results, because of course we expected that once the results are out, most times you'll be deployed by the government, or if you are lucky, you'll get jobs in the private sector. So while there, I met two individuals who changed the trajectory of my career. One was the GM, then Nizar Aluf, and the other was the HR manager, Ahmed Saif. Those are the two individuals who saw in me a potential hotelier, and therefore they gave me a training opportunity. And what Mr. Aluf did was to make me give a promise that if he was to put me on a training program, I will not leave. I will see it through. So, as usual, I was put through the various departments and I ended up in front office. And while in front office, you know, most times when we are talking about our careers, we talk of the leaders who maybe guided us. But in reality, the people who train us on the technical skills are the people you find wherever you are attached. So, for example, if I'm talking of reservations, I had somebody called Launi Abubakar. I had the late Ocheng Ayodo. They are the ones who trained me, and those days it was manual. They're the ones who trained me of a hotel reservation system, what yielding meant. Then I went to reception. I found guys there, Anthony Cachero, Frederick Jande, Fami. They trained me on what a receptionist does. On night audit, I had somebody called Robert Nzai who trained me what night audit was about. So I had individuals who were leaders in their sections who actually gave time to me and trained me on the various aspects of those sections. And then collectively, the information they transmitted to me, as I applied it, I started growing. So from a trainee, I got the job as a receptionist, I was a supervisor, I was a night manager, I became an assistant front office manager within the same hotel, Intercon. Then I moved to Sarova White Sands, where I was a front office manager for a short time, 97 to 98. Then I joined the then Holiday Inn as a front office manager. I worked there for a while. I was promoted to resident manager. Then the same chain had a hotel in Dar es Salaam. So I was transferred to Dar es Salaam as a deputy general manager. Then from Dar es Salaam, I got the chance to join Boma Hotel as the opening GM.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, then from Boma, I joined Panari Resort in Nyahururu also. It was a new property. And then after that, of course, I decided it was time to try and give space to the other guys to grow and also try to give back to the new generation of hoteliers, because now I'm doing consultancy, but also doubling up in training so that I can impart, the same way people trained me, so that I can impart the knowledge back to the next generation of hoteliers.
That is commendable. And your growth plan is very definite. We can see you starting from a reception up to a GM. Maybe you can share to an upcoming hotelier who is actually joining the industry as a junior staff, as a junior officer. What has been your secret to have a consistent growth plan?
You know, I joined the industry as a university graduate, but I was illiterate in as far as the hotel industry was concerned. So I did not flash my degree to people who are more knowledgeable than me. I needed them for me to grow. So when you join the industry, those you find there might not necessarily be as educated as you are, but they have a wealth of experience gained on the job. And those insights, should you be somebody who listens, are what will help you to grow. You are in college here, Peter, and you send students out for attachment. I challenge you. When students come back, read the certificate of attachment. In the hotel, you have templates. So-and-so was here this period to this period, covered the same during their time. There were this and this and this. Thank you very much. Take all of them. If there is any of your student who has a different line on that piece of paper, it shows that these people are different. It shows that the manager they worked under noticed something unique in them. That's why they went out of their way to write a different story. But if you look, most of them will come with the same piece of paper. The difference will be the name. So you go in, you don't know, be willing to learn.
So basically you can say it's a very fundamental skill any hotelier should learn to humble himself and learn in the environment that he is in, to be able to structure his own growth in the industry.
You know, for you to grow, you must be on the agenda of the team which is managing you. So when your name is mentioned, is everybody going to say, yes, that person is the right one for the job? Because even if, for example, you're in F&B and your F&B manager thinks you can do it, when he floats your name to the HR, will the HR be in agreement, or will they say, no, not that one? So sometimes when we are in the industry, our loyalty is to an individual who is our boss. We are not loyal to the team. But we need everybody within that team to have us on the agenda, so that when there's an opportunity to grow, they will decide, you know what?
You are the right person.
You are the right person.
Basically, what you are trying to say is people skills is a very good skill for every hotelier, beyond the technical skills.
You know, we are in a people industry. You work with people, you serve people. So definitely, people skill is the number one skill. Now, then you brought up the issue of emotional intelligence. The hotel industry has a lot of stress. So if you are not emotionally intelligent, you can create a toxic work environment for your colleagues, because you will carry the burdens, the stress from your engagement with your colleagues, stress from your engagement with customers, and offload it. So it is critical that you manage your emotions so that you can distance yourself. So when a client complains, you should not take it personally. They are complaining because the poor service they are receiving, not because they are against Peter Kibe. If your colleague, because he's the internal customer, feels that you're not giving them the support they need to serve the customer, understand that their disappointment is with your inability to deliver the service, not with you as an individual.
I get, Mr. Baraza. You have served as a GM, or rather even a deputy GM at the managerial level. And every hotelier's goal is to get into, of course, a GM, to serve as a GM at some point, to rise through the radar. What would you say, beyond the technical skills you've learned in your career, what those key skills a GM should possess to successfully run a hotel.
By the way, the one thing most times when a business succeeds or fails, you see one individual, but you are supposed to find a way of leveraging the entire skills inventory within the hotel so that you can achieve the goals of the organization. The entire lot, because every position in that hotel serves a purpose towards satisfying customers and generating resources for the owners. So it's just how to leverage the entirety of the inventory of skills you have, so that everybody feels like my skills are needed, my skills are appreciated.
Oh, that's very good. Maybe just as we move out of that, we have seen previously, especially the five-star hotels used to get their GMs from outsiders, expatriates, probably thinking that we don't have a pool of people who can manage these facilities. In your opinion, do you think we have now developed a capacity of general managers who can successfully manage all these five-star hotels?
By the way, we've always had the capacity. Some of the, no disrespect to the business owners, some of the people are brought in as investor representatives to oversee the operations on behalf of the investors. We have no quarrel over that. But we have the capacity to manage businesses, and all you need to do is go outside Kenya and you'll find a lot of Kenyans who are doing it. It's just that the investors need to start appreciating the fact that they need not go beyond our borders to get the managers they need. We've trained people over the years. Right now, I think a few years back, if you went to the coastal strip of Ukunda, almost all hotels were managed by expatriates. Now, almost all of them are managed by Kenyans. So we have the pool of skilled managers who can run any property in this country, any in this country.
Now, away from that, you have now gone into the consulting world.
Yes.
Which is a very exciting field. Probably can just share with us your motivation to go into consulting and what you are currently doing. We might have people who can consume your industry, your services watching, just in a short way.
Yeah, actually the motivation was to work for myself and then have more control over my time and spend more time with my family. You know, that was the main motivation. So I went into consultancy in all aspects of the hotel industry. So I've done feasibility studies for some clients. I've done operations audits where I've gone into a hotel, looked around, and then given my report and recommendations to the owners, and the owners decide whether I will handhold the team to implement, or they are comfortable, they can do the implementation themselves. I do employee resourcing. I've done that, and I continue to do that. And I also do facilitation of training. We've done with you. I'm doing with the Kenya Institute of Management, and I actually carry out now training for the hotels that engage my services. So those are things I'm currently doing.
That is the scope you are in.
Yes.
Would you say the industry appreciates consultancy and the role of consultancy in the success of their business?
You know, unfortunately, when one thinks of consultancy, most people think of these huge organizations like PwC, KPMG, with the attendant costs related. But because of the expertise a lot of us have, we can come in and help you to resolve a minor issue which a big organization like that might not necessarily have the time because to come and do for you. So instead of battling with an area where you do not have the necessary expertise, there are enough hoteliers and former hoteliers who can actually come and help you on a short-term basis to resolve whatever challenges that you might be having. Even if it means hand-holding your team so that they can reach a level where you feel like they deliver the quality that you require and your customers require.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. So that's guys for this week's channel. If you want to interview with us, please comment below and we'll reach out to you. Just leave your email or just inbox us through our social media channels, that is Hoteliers Kenya. Thank you very much.